Alright, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. And this week, I'm talking about Superfly and a big change I made to it. But before we get into today's video, if you're new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure that little bell icon next to that is checked off. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of these like quick talks, tutorials, reviews, and of course rides we do on the channel, because it's also some fun cycling stuff we do here. So, on to the Superfly. If you've been following my channel for a long time, actually for really any period of time, you know my Superfly as my single speed hardtail kind of monster that I have. I loved riding a single speed. It's a great bike. I don't have single speed anymore. Start off with that. I got rid of the single speed. A lot of that has to do with where I live now and what kind of shape I'm in. Let's just start with what kind of shape I'm in. It's been about 2 years since I've really ridden consistently enough to be able to go out and ride really. So it's been a little bit, I'm out of shape. Single speed, you gotta be in at least a little bit of shape to be able to ride really well. Especially in a hilly area, mountain area like I am right here in Reno. That's gonna be the other thing is, I live here in Reno. And Hawaii was you go up the mountain, down the mountain. You know, you only get, maybe a couple hundred feet of elevation climb. I think the highest was like 1,000. So that's about it. And here in Reno, pretty much any kind of trail, anywhere you ride, there's a hill on a mountain. So single speed is definitely a challenge here in Reno to keep up, and I can tell you every bike shop I went to, they thought I was crazy for riding single speed here. So I decided it was time to change it up, and I've been thinking about this for a while, is what I wanted to change it up to. Now let's look back. The Superfly here is the 2015 model. 2015, that was before everything went to 2x and 1x setups. This bike came with a 3 chainring on the front and a 10 speed on the back. So it came with 30 different gear combinations you can go into. That is a lot of combinations. That is almost too much gears, way too many gears for nowadays. However, when I bought this bike, that was the perfect setup for what I needed. Because I was riding on the road, I was riding mountain biking, riding to the trails. All of that was getting done just on this bike. Now, fast forward, 6 years later, I now have a road bike for all riding on the road. And I don't really need this to ride on the road anymore, which is part of the reason we went single speed in the first place, because it was just doing trails and that's all it was doing. Now, again, I have this for the road. I have this to go ride this mountains wherever I want to go. It was time for a little bit of a change. Now, I didn't want to go back to a 3x10 drivetrain for obvious reasons. That's a lot to deal with and a lot going on and just too much complication, especially coming from a single speed back to that. Too much gears, too many cables, too much stuff to focus on and adjust. Didn't really want to work with that at all. I wanted to stick with a single chainring in the front. As you guys know, I have the cheapest oval chainring here up on the front, so I wanted to keep that because I do want to test it out. And really with a single speed, I didn't notice any difference at all with the oval chainring. So I wanted to put gears on it so I could at least test this with gears as well. So what did I end up going with? The setup I ended up going with is the microSHIFT Advent 9 is what I ended up going with. Now why did I choose microSHIFT? Well, I looked at a lot of guys. When I was looking to purchase this, SRAM actually just came out with their budget electronic shifting. I thought about that for a little bit. I thought about going to 10 speed for the rear. I thought about going 11 speed, 12 speed. And I thought about going 8. Nothing really fit the bill and fit the look and the style of what I wanted to ride. I wanted a clutch rear derailleur since I'm sticking with a 1x setup. I wanted the clutch on the rear derailleur, which kind of knocks some people out of competition. And I wanted to stick on a budget. As you guys know, I like doing things for the cheapest possible price and getting a good bang for my buck. So that's why I went with the microSHIFT. I think in total I paid about 125 bucks. Kind of looking for a budget on this pretty much this setup here. So again, I got the microSHIFT Advent 9. Pretty much that included the Advent 9 rear derailleur with the clutch on it. I got the Advent 9 rear cassette on here. This goes up to a 46 tooth. And then I have the Advent 9 shifter, the Pro trigger shifter up here. That's the nicest one they offer for the trigger shifter. That added a little bit to the price, which has a nice rubber pad here on the shifter, and it has steel bearings in it, so it's gonna last a lot longer and ultimately be a lot smoother with shifter. And then of course, I had to go with orange cables. Had to go with orange. And then I just got basic SRAM chain on here, 9-speed chain to keep everything going and keep everything moving as it should. How do I like it? So far, I can tell you there's a huge difference between single speed and this setup here. That 46 tooth on the back, it makes this thing ride like a billy goat. I haven't climbed anything crazy yet because we got some weird weather when I installed this, but it just crawls. Even just on the road up front of my house. It crawls in that big 46 tooth gear. And then that smaller gear down in the front, you can hit the road pretty easily, no issues at all. Why? So am I going to stick with this setup? I'm planning on sticking with this setup for quite a while. I don't see any reason to change it right now. I do want to put some miles, quite a few miles on this setup. I put quite a few on my single speed, and of course I put a lot on my 3x10 setup. But I really want to put this microSHIFT stuff to the test. So if you guys have any questions about any microSHIFT stuff or about the setup I went with, feel free to ask me below. I'd be glad to answer any questions you guys have on it. I'm looking forward to sharing this setup with you guys, seeing what you guys think, seeing what I think about riding it. I think it's ultimately going to be a bunch of fun doing this setup. So that's kind of why I went with it, and just for the weight. It's less weight, much simpler. I think it's literally took me like 30 seconds to get it adjusted. It came out of the box almost perfect, right out of the box. So really simplicity, lightweight, and it's inexpensive are really the big reasons I went for this setup. So if you guys are interested in any of this stuff here, I'll have links in the description down below so you guys can check it out yourselves. I'll post a link to all the equipment I went for on this bike so you guys can take a look at that. And again, if you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comments section. Love chatting with you guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching today.